Of the severe threat, most of these storms have stayed just below severe levels. Just 2 reports of quarter-size hail in a viewing area, which is kind of the low-end threshold of severe hail, but a lot of reports of pea-size, nickel-size, penny-size hail, dime-size hail as well with these storms that have been rolling through. Now, still that severe thunderstorm watch until 1 o'clock in the morning for generally the I-90 corridor and south. Large hail, the primary threat. That secondary threat of strong winds and isolated tornadoes generally should stay to our south, although there could be some gusty winds in some of the stronger cells, brief heavy downpours, lightning as well. All is quiet in downtown La Crosse right now, but still scattered showers and thunderstorms, especially to our south and to our east, although a few storms up near Eau Claire as well. The one that I'm most concerned with is this one just south and west of Prairie du Chien, moving towards that area pretty quickly. Now, if I put in the hail tracker, some good news here. You notice it was pink earlier, but that has disappeared. That's indicating the storm is weakening, so hopefully that trend will continue as it moves into the Prairie du Chien area and southern Crawford County, but probably at least some small hail possible there. 44 degrees in La Crosse, 39 in Eau Claire, 50s down to the south. The good news is that warm front stayed far enough to the south that that's where the most widespread severe threat is, but still a few strong, maybe isolated severe storms overnight with temperatures rising into the low 50s. Quick check of our schoolcast tomorrow. Temperatures fall through the day with just a slight chance of a shower in the morning and very windy conditions for our Wednesday. We'll talk more about those storms and a big warm-up heading into the weekend and next week in just a few minutes.
I like the sound of that. Thanks a lot, Bill. All right, let's dive into election results tonight. The headliner is, of course, the race for the open seat on the Wisconsin State Supreme Court. Milwaukee County Circuit Judge Janet Protasewicz has defeated former Justice Daniel Kelly for the open seat. News 8 Now's Emily Haugen joins us live in studio with what it means for the state moving forward. Good evening, Emily.
Ken, right around 9 p.m., the AP and New York Times called the race 55% to 44% in Protasewicz's favor. This win flips the Wisconsin Supreme Court from a conservative majority to a liberal majority. Protasewicz celebrated her victory with supporters in Milwaukee.
They were ready to put aside the partisanship and put aside the extremism and to have an impartial court, and a court that makes decisions based on the law, not on a political agenda.
This is the first time the court's majority has flipped since 2008. Opponent Dan Kelly took to the podium in Green Lake tonight. He told supporters he accepts his loss, but believes Protasewicz's win was not clean, calling her a deceitful liar.
I do not have a worthy opponent to which I can concede. This was the most deeply deceitful, dishonorable, despicable campaign I have ever seen run for the courts.
And Kelly also thanks Professor Anthony Chergosky says Protasewicz's win is a sign of what's to come for Wisconsin politics.
The future of Wisconsin's abortion ban is very much in doubt because of the win of Protasewicz. And the future of the legislative maps is very much in doubt because of the Protasewicz win.
Digitized there. Democrat-backed Protasewicz heavily emphasized, though, her pro-choice position as she campaigned. Chergosky notes that this shows the power that topic holds in Wisconsin. Ken?
All right, thanks very much, Emily. And this was the most expensive race in national court history. Around $42 million total spent. That is nearly triple the previous national record for a judicial race. All right, there were also constitutional amendments statewide on the ballot. Once approved, these become law. The first asked voters if courts should be allowed to consider the likelihood that a defendant would cause serious harm if they're released into the community. This amendment would offer to change the existing phrase of serious bodily harm to just serious harm. Now, serious harm not currently defined by state law yet. As of right now, late in the game, it is 67% in favor of that change. Now, the second question asked if a judge should be allowed to consider a person's past convictions and other factors when setting bail. If both of these referenda are approved, and it looks like we are on that way, it will change Wisconsin's constitution. Now, Governor Evers cannot veto this change. La Crosse's Common Council had 6 seats up for grabs. 4 incumbents were running unopposed, but 2 races had some competition. Districts 1 and 2. In District 1 here, Tamara Dickinson is going to succeed Andrea Richmond, the longest-serving councilwoman in La Crosse history. So she'll represent the city's northwest side. Dickinson is a retired nurse, as well as the secretary for the Logan Northside Neighborhood Association, defeating Zach Harder. And Aaron Goggin has swiftly defeated Michael Davis for District 2's council seat that was formerly Scott Neumeister's. The district covers areas of the city's north side, and Goggin, of course, has been the executive director for the Harry J. Olson Senior Center leading up to this race. Locally, one of the biggest races on the ballot was the La Crosse School Board race. 8 candidates for 4 open seats. News 8 Now's Dua Israr is live in our newsroom with what the new board is going to look like. Hey, Dua.
Ken, this is the first time in over 31 years that 4 seats were open. Now La Crosse voters have chosen who will fill those seats. Deb Sukla, Scott Neumeister, Trevor Sprague, and Jeff Jackson. Sukla served on the school board from 2001 to 2018. Neumeister served on La Crosse's Common Council but stepped down to run for the school board. Both Sprague and Jackson have 3 kids who attend La Crosse schools. In interviews with News 8, all of the candidates spoke about incorporating all communities and voices on the board. While Neumeister and Sukla did not support the referendum, Sprague did. Jackson believes the board needs to communicate why certain proposals are made. Now, the new board members will be sworn in on April 24th. Ken, back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Dua. The La Crosse School District also put an operational referendum on the ballot this April, which has passed. This will extend a 2018 referendum for $60 million over 6 years to cover operational and maintenance costs, as well as staff retention, student support services, and security improvements. Property taxes are estimated to go up $30 a year per $100,000 of estimated property value. Other area school districts went to a referendum, including a capital referendum for the Norwalk, Ontario Wilton School District. That one asking voters to approve nearly $25 million to renovate school buildings, buy new class equipment, plus put in a new gym and track and field football area. 91% before I went out on set reporting for that one. The yeses in front, 69%. Now this would amount to a $30 a year property tax increase per $100,000 of value. The rest tonight, operational referenda. The Arcadia School District went to referendum for the first time in 30 years, asking for a $750,000 3-year referendum to pay staff salaries, maintain facilities, and update their bus fleet. District has been paying off other debt early, so this referendum actually isn't set to raise property taxes. We're still waiting for results on that one. Tomah School District voters asked to approve a $2.5 million referendum over the next 4 years to maintain programs and school safety. The superintendent told us there's virtually going to be no tax impact on voters, still awaiting those results. Whitehall School District also awaiting those. That's a $750,000 2-year referendum to maintain operations. That tax impact next year per $100,000 is $60 a year, but it drops to $17 the second year of the referendum. Over to Westby School District, that one a tight one. That 3-year referendum includes a $1.9 million increase, the first coming in the 2024 to 25 school year. That money slated to go to operation costs and keep up educational programs with an annual tax impact of $9 per $100,000. But right now it is a close one, but that one seems to be on the way to be voted down. Let's turn now on the region's only public safety referendum. We had a few of these in November. The Village of West Salem is voting in favor of a $500,000 recurring referendum to hire 3 more police officers, including a dedicated investigator. This one is passing. West Salem's Chief Kyle Holzhausen told us the department doesn't have enough staff right now to provide 24/7 village coverage, and their call volume has skyrocketed in the last decade. So that money will go to new officer salaries as well as training and equipment. There are also multiple advisory referenda on the ballots today, one statewide, others affecting a few counties. In the statewide election, asking voters if they believe able-bodied childless adults should be required to look for work when getting benefits. Voters said they do believe people should have to look for work. Now, Wisconsinites getting state benefits are already required to look for work, so the outcome of this referendum doesn't change any laws. Locally, we had 3 counties in our area putting a referendum on the ballots related to the statewide abortion ban. In La Crosse County, a majority of voters said they believe the law should be repealed. In Eau Claire County, a majority of voters decided the law should be repealed as well. And over in Vernon County, the results slightly tighter, but a majority of voters said they think the ban should be repealed. These referenda are advisory and again have no effect on the current law. Still ahead, a step back from local elections. 3rd District Congressman Derek Van Orden discussing his effort to keep rural farmland out of the hands of foreign countries.
I won't write your will.
I don't write contracts.
I won't handle your divorce.
I do know a few things about personal injury law.
All I do is help injured people get the compensation they deserve.
At Bygoff and Rohde, that's how we get results.
There are so many things we take for granted. So many things. And along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for their survival for granted too. The elderly, disabled, the veterans, people on limited and fixed incomes, or folks that lost jobs in sectors hardest hit during the pandemic. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? Some people just can't come back. And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind, struggling to keep their heat, water, and power on. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our heat, water, and power providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
If your entry door or aging patio door is a daily nuisance, you will never find better replacements than those available at the Board Store today. An outstanding selection of styles, colors, and glass in Provia fiberglass and steel entry doors. High-performance patio doors with many options. Entry doors and patio doors can be custom-sized to fit your home. Installation by our factory-trained carpenters, and the lowest price of the year during the 20th Annual Early Bird Home Show, only at the Board Store, 524 Copeland Avenue, La Crosse.
I've practiced personal injury law for 4 years.
For 20 years.
For 32 years.
All I do every day
is help injured people get the compensation that they deserve.
At Bygoff and Rohde, that's how we get results.
Wisconsin's 3rd Congressional District Representative Derek Van Orden paid a visit to a farm in La Crosse today to talk about a new energy bill. The congressman is touring Wisconsin farms to discuss the Lower Energy Costs Act. It passed in the House last week. Now, the bill seeks to reverse the Biden administration's climate plan as part of that Inflation Reduction Act. Van Orden says the bill he supports will work to restore American energy independence and that the reversal is necessary.
The agriculture industry is the one thing that affects every single American, regardless of any demographic. Rich, poor, Republican, Democrat, Independent, we have to eat. And until we start lowering these energy costs, our food costs are going to remain high, and it's unacceptable.
Van Orden has also co-sponsored the Defend America's Rural Energy Act, better known as the DARE Act, to, quote, help keep American soil in American hands. The DARE Act works to prohibit foreign adversaries like China from purchasing American farmland, and it's likely to have bipartisan support. Senator Tammy Baldwin told us earlier this year the amount of land being bought up by those foreign countries has Congress concerned. Former President Trump is defending himself tonight after being charged with more than 30 felonies today. There was no mugshot taken in New York criminal court, but he was fingerprinted. CBS's Christian Benavides is outside Mar-a-Lago with details on the charges, as well as Trump's response.
Former President Donald Trump railed against Manhattan prosecutors during an event at his Mar-a-Lago state Tuesday night.
This fake case was brought only to interfere with the upcoming 2024 election, and it should be dropped immediately.
Trump showed little emotion earlier in the day as he walked into a Manhattan courtroom where he pleaded not guilty to 34 felony counts of falsifying business records.
They set up shell companies.
District Attorney Alvin Bragg alleges Trump concealed hush money payments to 3 individuals threatening to reveal negative information about him during the 2016 election. $30,000 to cover up a story about a child he had out of wedlock, and more than $100,000 to 2 separate women claiming sexual relationships.
Catch and kill scheme. That is a scheme to buy and suppress negative information to help Mr. Trump's chance of winning the election.
Trump's lawyers say they'll file a motion to dismiss the case. The next hearing isn't scheduled until December.
He's upset, but I'll tell you what, he's motivated.
CBS News legal analyst Jessica Levinson says the 34 counts come from 11 different payments.
The invoice the ledger, and the check. Now, why do we have 34, not 33? Because I believe for one of the hush money payments, there's 2 ledger entries.
The judge did not impose a gag order, but did ask the defense team to remind Trump to refrain from making statements that could incite violence. Christian Benavides, CBS News, West Palm Beach, Florida.
Coming up tonight at 10, a day to celebrate being neighborly. Habitat for Humanity needs volunteers to bring spring cleaning help to those in need. But first,
I'm Chief Meteorologist Bill Graws. Still a stormy night ongoing, especially to the south and east of La Crosse. I'll break it down for you with my 8-day forecast after the break.
It's the Bobby Bones Show. Let's go. We're going to make you laugh. And the biggest stars in country music, they all come by here.
Really? Yeah. Shut up.
Join me, Bobby Bones, every weekday morning starting at 6 on Kicks 106.3.
Are you looking for ways to manage your money wherever life takes you? Ultra's online and mobile banking is where it's at. We make managing your accounts on any device easy and secure. So go ahead, transfer funds, send money, deposit checks, or pay bills. All on your schedule, anytime, anywhere. But don't just take our word for it. Here's what our members say. Take the next step and download the Ultra mobile app from the Apple App Store or Google Play. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone in Wisconsin can call, text, or chat to get connected to a trained 988 counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you're concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you.
Don't settle for overpriced, low-quality vinyl windows. Our StarMark composite window, available exclusively at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, is 2,000% more airtight, 40% more energy efficient, and 12 times stronger than vinyl windows.
And at a price less than what many companies charge for lower quality vinyl windows. Receive a free triple pane upgrade on select windows and 24 months interest-free financing.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Non-drowsy Claritin knocks out symptoms from over 200 allergens without knocking you out. Feel the clarity and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Live Claritin Clear.
Papa Murphy's presents How to Change the Way You Pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Right now, get the chicken garlic pizza for just $11.99 at papamurphys.com.
Hi, it's Elvis Duran. Thanks for listening. We are just the family sitting around the table.
Best answer ever!
We're always fun.
Oh my God!
Hi, it's Elvis Duran from the Mix Morning Show. Wake up with us every morning on Mix 96.
Visit the Early Bird Home Show, going on now at the Ford Store Home Improvements. Lowest prices of the year on your 2023 project. Windows, bathrooms, and more.
Welcome back. Boy, a stormy evening across the region. Some pockets of heavy rain, some thunder and lightning, and some generally small hail in some spots as well. Just a couple of isolated reports of larger hail, and that continues to be the main threat tonight in the counties that are still under the severe thunderstorm watch until 1 o'clock tomorrow morning. It does include La Crosse and points south and east. The secondary threat, strong winds and isolated tornado. Again, I think that's mainly to our south, closer to a warm front that is hanging just to our south. But boy, look at the radar lit up along the cold front now from near La Crosse all the way down to near Kansas City, Missouri. And then the warm front sits in this vicinity, and that's causing showers and thunderstorms to break out across northern Illinois and into far southern Wisconsin. A closer look shows just some scattered showers and thunderstorms to the north and west of La Crosse, including near and west of Eau Claire. But the main action is to the south and to the east. In fact, some heavy rain moving across the Wisconsin River into Crawford and Richland counties. Northeastern Iowa also seeing some stronger storms as well. No warnings over here. Some large hailers near, well, on either side of Madison In fact, 1 to 2 inch diameter hail there. And I've been watching that hail size all night long. And the good news is when you see these pinks down to the south here, they kind of fade as they track to the north, farther away from that warm front as they are gradually weakening. So hopefully the same will happen for these folks over towards Madison. And it does look like it is. As you can see, the pinks kind of disappearing. That if you see those pink bullseyes, that's where the largest hail is occurring. So the warm front down to the south, we really kind of lucked out tonight and last Friday with the warm front staying far enough to the south that most of the stronger storms were closer to that frontal boundary. The same is happening tonight, but again, we still could see some stronger storms south and east of La Crosse, and yeah, good old blizzard going on from the Dakotas into far northern parts of Minnesota as well. You got to love these potent spring storms. 44, our high today. 55 is average, 0.16 inches of rain out at the La Crosse Airport. We're still at 44, 45 downtown. Look at the Mississippi approaching 9 feet as with the recent rainfall and that snow melt really starting to get underway. That's going to continue to rise. 39 in Eau Claire and the Chippewa River coming down a bit, 766.2. Look at where the warm front sits. 70s still south of it. In fact, highs in these areas were in the 80s, but we are on the cool side of things. 30s and 40s, even 20s farther to our west. 39 in Eau Claire. Again, the warmest readings down towards Decorah, Boscobel, and Prairie du Chien around 50 degrees. And those winds are really gusting around those thunderstorms, maybe upwards of 40 to 45 miles per hour. So Sky Tracker showing the showers and storms, especially south and east of La Crosse for the next several hours, and then things quiet down overnight, and then pretty quiet tomorrow, except for very windy conditions as those winds shift to the west around 20 to 40, maybe even some higher gusts on some of the ridge tops and in the open terrain. So temperatures actually rise overnight into the upper 40s to low 50s. Still some scattered showers and thunderstorms. We'll have to watch areas south and east of La Crosse for another couple of hours. Tomorrow, temperatures fall as those winds shift to the west, 15 to 30, gusting to 45 miles per hour. Breezy and cool on Thursday, highs in the 40s, but look at this, back in the 50s on Friday. Still looking at 60s for the weekend, and the latest data has pushed my forecast highs into the 70 to 75 degree range heading into next week. Just a small chance of precipitation over the weekend, also next Tuesday and Wednesday. But my goodness, spring is going to springy next week, even more than ever. So get ready for that.
All right. Thanks a lot, Bill.
Okay.
Coming up next in sports, Logger legend is in Milwaukee taking on the Brew Crew. I wonder if he had a fun night. Plus, Johnny Davis in the starting lineup again as the Wizards battle the Bucks.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Mayo Clinic Health System. At Mayo Clinic Health System, get personalized specialty care with access to experts from orthopedics to neurosurgery and cardiology to cancer care, all close to home.
We've done many, many renovations. We bought an old house and have made it into an up-to-date house. Whenever anything involves plumbing, the first call I make is to Maxwell White. Their technicians put together a great final product.
Dings, dents, scratches, big crunches. You know where to bring them. Pischke Motors Collision Center on 2nd Street in downtown La Crosse. When you've got a crew of professional body and paint technicians like ours, you provide them with the latest in repair equipment. And that's what we've done in this state-of-the-art, environmentally friendly facility. We have customer drive-in lanes, soft touch, 24-hour car wash. So when the dings, dents, scratches, and even the big crunches happen, bring them to Pischke Motors Collision Center on 2nd Street in downtown La Crosse.
There are too many options.
How do we decide what hotel to book? Fear not, I got you. Who are you? I'm your fairy hotel mother.
What is happening?
Let me help you pick a hotel you feel good about. Choice Hotels is a family of brands with a hotel for every type of stay. Like a comfort with the kiddos. Ooh, spacious. Or a Cambria Hotel downtown for just the two of you. Hold my wand, don't wave it at anything. Get the best price by booking direct at choicehotels.com. Yeah! What did I say?
What is a hero? Not the kind from comic books and movies, saving the day. We're talking about everyday heroes. Those with a special kind of courage or ability. Those saving the day, one person at a time. The Board Store Home Improvements and News 8 Now want to find those heroes and thank them for bettering our community. Go to news8000.com, click on Features, then Hometown Heroes to nominate someone you feel is truly a hometown hero.
Sick of running out of hot water? The professionals at Maxwell White are here to handle all of your water heater needs. Our licensed technicians can install, repair, or replace any type of water heater with same-day or next-day service. Call Maxwell White. Plumbing done right.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Mayo Clinic Health System. Here's News 8 Now's Kate Overton.
Well, the rainy day canceled most of the high school games in the area, but in Milwaukee, they were nice and dry under the roof of American Family Field. We'll skip to the 6th inning, and Rowdy Tellez is going to turn this lead from 2 to 3. A solo shot to right field, and that must have been the spark the offense needed, because next batter, Brian Anderson at the plate, and Anderson joins in on the home run fun. This one's to left center field. His solo blast is his 3rd RBI of the night. Give him the cheesehead. He's feeling it. Oh, but they weren't done. The rookie Garrett Mitchell now up. And don't tell me, Mitchell makes it back to back to back, all off Max Scherzer. And the rookies continue to play a big role on this team. I wish I had more time, because later in the game, Anderson and Mitchell would actually go back to back again. Brewers win it 9-0. They're 4-1 on the year. They're going for the sweep tomorrow evening. Twins yet to lose a game this year. They're down in Miami against the Marlins. 2nd inning, and this was about the only mistake that Kente Maeda made over the plate, and Avi Garcia makes him pay. A solo shot to right field, and it's 1-0 Miami. But other than that, Maeda was solid. The 2021 Cy Young runner-up struck out 9 in 5 full innings. Really solid outing from him. But on the other side was last year's Cy Young winner, Sandy Alcantara, and he was dealing. Here he is in the 9th, gets Trevor Larnach, grounds into a double play, and that's the ball game. Both teams with just 3 hits apiece. The game finished in under 2 hours as both pitching staffs dominated. Twins fall to 4-1 on the year. They'll have Pablo Lopez on the mound tomorrow. Now entering tonight, the magic number is 3. 3 wins, and the top seed in the Eastern Conference belongs to the Bucks. Things you love to see: Johnny Davis getting the call, just his 2nd career start for the Wizards. And Lacrosse's very own got things going early, coming off the screen for 3. That's money. Davis would finish the game with 20 points on 9 for 17 shooting. He played 37 minutes. Later in the first, Joe Ingles finds Bobby Portis for 3. He knocks it down. Portis with 19 points, 20 rebounds tonight. 3rd quarter, Jake Crowder for 3. He buries it. He'd also have 19 tonight. A very good sign for the Bucks. They would roll 140-128 the final, and with Boston's loss, they now just need 1 win to clinch the East. The offense clicking on all cylinders. Giannis had a triple-double. Drew Holiday was 1 rebound off of a triple-double. Next up for the Bucks tomorrow in Chicago. Minnesota on the road as well tonight. They're up against the Nets. 1st quarter, Anthony Edwards finds Jaden McDaniels, and McDaniels goes baseline, throws it down with some authority. Timberwolves up 1. Late in the game, Edwards comes up clutch, pull up 3. That puts Minnesota up 1, and that was the difference maker. 107-102 the final. Minnesota now 40-40 on the year. They're sitting as the 9th seed in the West, which would put them in the Western Conference play-in tournament. Only 2 games left to go for Minnesota. Next up Saturday in San Antonio. And big news out of Madison today, Wisconsin senior Tyler Wall announced that he's using his extra year of eligibility to come back and play for the Badgers one last time. The Lakeville, Minnesota native has started 85 career games for Wisconsin, and with his return, the Badgers will be returning all 5 of their starters and will look to capitalize on a deep NIT run. In Wall's post on social media, he said, quote, "I have always wanted to leave the Wisconsin jersey better than I found it, and our team has accomplished a lot over the last few years, but we're not finished," unquote. Wall was battling an ankle injury in the second half of last season and will return to the team much more healthy. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.
Countdown to Ashley's one-day spring sale starts now. This Saturday, April 8th, in-store only. Get unbeatable doorbuster prices all day. Plus, the first 75 people will receive a scratch-off coupon, and 1 lucky guest will win $2,500 off their purchase at Ashley.
I've never been afraid to express myself, to create a life I love. I worried cancer could steal my spark and become my identity. But UW Health designed custom treatments just for me. And now, my legacy, it's still in the making. Because standard, well, that's never been my style. UW Health, remarkable.
3-time ACM Entertainer of the Year and 8-time Grammy Award-winning superstar, Carrie Underwood. Carrie Underwood in concert.
answer. Live at the Treasure Island Amphitheater, Friday, July 21st. Get tickets now at TICasino.com. For more, visit CarrieUnderwoodOfficial.com.
Jolivet Family Farms features one of the area's largest selections of frozen seafood, including lobster tail, shrimp, scallops, North Atlantic cod loins, calamari, clams, clam strips, crawfish tails, salmon, catfish nuggets, alligator, frog legs, and seafood medley. Pick up some appetizers, French fries, onion rings, cheese curds, mac and cheese bites, and sweet potato fries. Jolivet's also has fresh produce and a homemade bakery with bread, cookies, bars, pies. Don't forget the beer or wine. All at Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
What is a hero? Not the kind from comic books and movies, saving the day. We're talking about everyday heroes. Those with a special kind of courage or ability. Those saving the day, one person at a time. The Board Store Home Improvements and News 8 Now want to find those heroes and thank them for bettering our community. Go to news8000.com, click on Features, then Hometown Heroes to nominate someone you feel is truly a hometown hero.
At Ashley, spring into slumber with a variety of comfort choices from top mattress brands like Ashley Sleep and Sealy. Or get 0% interest for 60 months on select mattresses. Visit your local Ashley store or ashley.com for better sleep and savings today.
Welcome back. Hey, Habitat for Humanity needs your help. The organization is hosting a large volunteer event for Neighbors Day coming up April 22nd, where volunteers will help clean, cut, and rake yards for residents who can't do it themselves. To assist the 200 residents, Habitat needs 500 volunteers to help community members prepare for that spring weather.
The volunteer work that we do for recipients is kind of contained in their yards. It's that idea of getting their yards ready for spring. So it's those basic things that we all kind of get out and do as soon as the sun starts shining.
If you need help maintaining your yard on Neighbors Day, you need to register by April 13th. If you're interested in volunteering, register before the 18th. More info on our website. We'll be right back.
Knutson Roofing, locally owned with 18 years of experience to get your project done right the first time. Whether it's roofing, window, or siding installation, we offer reliable, dependable, and quality work we stand behind. Knutson Roofing. Call or visit us online today.
Without the right start to your day, your morning could hit a wall.
Is he okay?
I got it. Belvita breakfast biscuits are baked with slow-release carbs and provide steady morning energy to help you rise and thrive.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Non-drowsy Claritin knocks out symptoms from over 200 allergens without knocking you out. Feel the clarity and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Live Claritin Clear.
Jerry here, and welcome to Stockman's in Osseo, Wisconsin, where we have so much more in our 60,000 square foot store. Boots, men's, women's, and children's clothing, grocery, fresh produce, health and beauty, pet supplies, toys, automotive, farm supply, beer, wine, and liquor, hardware, sporting goods, paint, plumbing and electrical, and so much more. Come take the Stockman's tour, and I'll be looking for you.
Stella Jones Corporation in Bangor has immediate openings and wants you to apply. They say this job takes grit, attention to detail, and ability to work as a team. Stella Jones Corporation is where safety matters and wages sustain a comfortable living. If you have what it takes and can stand behind our railroads, then we want you to apply today. $2,500 hiring bonus.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love. And we love sharing it with guests everywhere.
At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you.
For you. So it's crispy outside, flaky inside. Let us take care of you.
With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Betting on our weather is risky business. Don't gamble with your most valuable asset. Knutson Roofing has you covered with an available 50-year guarantee on all roofs. Yes, we set an available 50-year guarantee. Knutson Roofing. Call or visit us online today.
We are out of time. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.